Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly. And watch those bowl games the past few days, championship games, great games with Penn State and Notre Dame. And then obviously you had Texas against Ohio State, man. And so much talent out there. And what I say, baby, a fast 3 weeks I've been saying Jack Sawyer, Jack Sawyer. And boy, did he make a play, man, against Texas, man. And I'm so glad. John Chapman, I love you, dog, but I've been saying it all along. That tackle from Texas, Williams, he's not that guy, man. He's not that guy. Stay away from him at number 11. But watching the game a few days ago with Penn State Notre Dame, I mean, it was brought up again, man. He was trending again. They lost the game, but he was awesome. Tyler Warren. And it was just hilarious going through X, watching the games and seeing two guys that were clashing at each other all year long. It's so funny. These guys were just throwing Twitter shots all year long at each other. Bonta Hill from 95.7 The Game and David Lombardi, man. And it's funny, man. If I see two homeless guys out there freaking fighting, throwing chingazos, I'm going to watch, man. I'm going to love that. I'm going to have popcorn ready. So these two guys were arguing back and forth, different things about Purdy and everything. And I loved it, man. It was awesome to me. But it was just hilarious that both these guys, when they were tweeting during the game, it was like within 5 minutes apart, they both tweeted the same thing. And I mean, I'm not going to hate on them, man. They both love Warren, and they both were like, shoot, man, imagine if we get Tyler Warren, the tight end, out of Penn State. And this is what Bonta Hill had to say. If the 49ers keep the 11th pick, I'm all in on them selecting the best player available, which very well could be tight end Tyler Warren out of Penn State. And David Lombardi straight up echoed exactly what he said. This is what he put. Does Tyler Warren really weigh 261? That's what he's listed at. He moves insanely well for his weight. 49ers have to be salivating. And they both given the thumbs up, man. And that's good, man. These two finally agree on something about the 49ers drafting him. And me, I don't mind at all, man. Just because, guys, I get it. First, I'm going to say this. I want to draft offensive linemen. I want to draft the two studs out there in Will Campbell out of LSU and freaking Banks out of Texas. Both Calvin Banks. Those guys are awesome, man. I also love Josh Simmons. I love Josh Simmons as well. I think he's a prototypical tackle. The other guys might actually be guards, especially Will Campbell, because he doesn't have those arms. But Niners don't care. They have McKivitz sub 33-inch arms, so that doesn't matter to them. If he's there at 11, I say, and the Niners will probably take him. Take these guys, and you can't cry, man. You can't cry. That's what we need. We need offensive linemen. However, if those two guys are gone, even Josh Simmons, I think there's a chance he might be gone too. If all those guys are gone, what do we do? I'll say take the best player available. I know I'm going to take heat from that. But at 11, if those guys are gone, obviously Graham from Michigan's going to be gone. We know that. Abdul Carter, who I love, I think I would pick him out of anyone, out of all the guys, just because he's such an elite pass rusher. He kind of does have that Micah Parsons in him. Played great, by the way, in that championship game. You got to take but they're going to be gone. I guarantee you all those guys are going to be gone. The ones that might be there, one of those tackles might be there. But if they're not, what are we going to do? Are we going to reach for the second best tackle, who might not even be the second best tackle in the draft, defensive tackle, or the fourth best offensive lineman? Like, I like Ursary, the guy from Minnesota, but hell no, I'm not going to pick him up top 11. Heck no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. The guy from Oregon, Connolly, another good talent, but damn, at number 11, that's a freaking risk right there. You're flipping a coin. You'll be like basically Two-Face, man. You'll be flipping that coin. Tyler Warren, man, like, he is the guy that you know will not be a bust. He will not be a bust. And the traits that this dude has, I mean, the way he runs, he's so freaking huge, man. Let me just put it like this. He's like how Gronk was. Gronk was about 260, 266. That's what Warren is. Now, Gronk probably was a little faster, but dude, watching Warren fly, go watch that Penn State game, guys. Go watch the highlights. Every play that Warren makes, he's freaking flying. He's flying by. And he's a solid blocker. Dude played fullback too. Dude was center as well in a few of the games, few plays. So he's a big boy, man. He's a big boy. And I wouldn't mind. Like, I would not get mad. Like, there's picks out there that I get pissed off about. It kind of reminds me, I'm going to say 2000, I'm guessing here, 2007, something like that. Around the time when Bryant Young had retired. Who was a GM? Maybe McCullough was a GM. I'm not sure. I know Mike Nolan was a coach, and I know that Mike Martz was a defensive coordinator that year because I remember they hugged each other when he walked in. But a guy by the name of Kenton Balmer came in, and he was like the 6th best defensive tackle, supposedly, in that draft. And we drafted him in the first round. The 6th best, according to Mel Kiper, best defensive tackle. We drafted him in the first round. And it's like, what the hell are we doing, man? And dude turned out to suck. Like, he turned out to be a trash-ass player. He had one okay year. He was kind of like, he had a Kinlaw year. He had that one good year, which I think he only had like 3-4 sacks that year. And everyone was like, oh yeah, let's get it. Let's do it. I say, hell no, man. No way in the world. And I remember that year I went Deshaun Jackson from Cal. And I was like, he's the best player available. Why not just get Deshaun Jackson at this spot? And we didn't do it, man. We just laid an egg and drafted the 6th best defensive tackle. I don't want to do that, man. I know a lot of people are talking about, was that Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M? I know Matt Mayoko has him drafting him at number 11. That dude scares the shit out of me, too. That dude scares the crap out of me because he had one good year. Maybe he had a few good years, but dude, look at his sack production. It's not there, man. It ain't there. With Tyler Warren, you see it. He's been there, done that every year consistent, man. That's what you want. At the end of the day, I want to have hits. And right now, we just have not had the hits in the first round. We got to have a hit, man. We've had 2 hits since 2017. 2 hits in the first round. 7 misses. 7 misses. And 1 undecided with Ricky Pearsall. But that's too many. At some point, you just want to get the player that you know that's not going to be a bust in the first round. Because we do great in the 5th round. 7th round, great. 3rd round, we have some hits too. But damn, in that first round, we cannot get nothing going, man. Nothing going. And you know Tyler Warren is going to be a hit. And if it were me, re-signing George Kittle, having these two together, who remembers? I'm just going to say it, man. I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm going to say it. Who remembers when it was Gronk and Aaron Hernandez together? You know, they were only together for a little while because, you know, Aaron Hernandez went freaking crazy. You know what he did. But these two guys together, that was unstoppable. That was amazing seeing those two guys together, like putting in, just, they couldn't stop them, man. And the thing with those two guys, they weren't the greatest blockers, but it was mismatch. It was mismatch. You couldn't stop them. The thing with Kittle and Warren, those two guys, not only are they great pass catchers, they could block too. So it's like, who are you going to put? You're going to put an extra cornerback out there, an extra linebacker? Man, freaking those guys will kill them. Kittle and Warren together for 3-4 years together, they were going to kill these guys, especially that we love running the ball. If Warren couldn't block, I would say no way in it. No way at all. But this dude could block and freaking go on and make these amazing catches. Highlight reel top 10. Yards after the catch. Man. I mean, again, I am not mad at Bonta Hill and Lombardi for this. I'm not, man. I know a lot of people are just F that shit. And I get it, dude. Last year, I was pounding the table. Offensive line, defensive line. Go get Powers Johnson, dude. And we got a receiver. You know, and I like Ricky Pearsall and all, but we needed offensive linemen that were left, that were actually still great, that were still favored to be in the top 10, 15. Powers Johnson was supposed to be 15. He dropped. And like, that's the time you get him. Didn't happen, you know? So, I mean, it's gonna, you couldn't keep Warren off the field because you could use him as a fullback. He'll take over Juice's spot and then he'll be tight end too. And you would need him for the block. You finally have a number 2 blocker, dude. So, it's like Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski on steroids with those two. Oh my gosh. That would be sick, you know? That would be sick. You got to admit it, you know, that would be amazing. You know, instead of going out and getting Ursere from Minnesota, who I do like. I like Ursere from Minnesota, offensive tackle. But damn, he got worked. He got worked by Abdul Carter. I don't know if you watched that Penn State game against Minnesota. He got abused like a stepchild. And that's a few mock drafts I see that I'm like, fudge, are we gonna be reaching? Are we gonna reach at that 11th pick? And we deserve that 11th pick, man. We've been losing all these games. We do not want to miss, man. If McGlinchey, is it worth it? Is it worth it, man? Or is it worth getting a freaking dude that you know that's gonna be a stud, that's gonna be there 6'6" in the red zone? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And again, I still believe second round you get a tackle, third round tackle, but let's not reach. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't reach. If Will Campbell's there, of course, get him. If Calvin Banks there, get him. Josh Simmons, if the medicals check out, get him. But if they're not there, you're gonna reach for a defensive tackle. That's the guy that we don't know. It's was it Graham from Michigan? And then after that, dude, there's a lot of good, solid ass players, but you don't know which one's gonna be hit. You don't know which one's gonna hit, dude. I mean, I like Nick Scorton, defensive end. We could go there. If we go there, I won't be mad either. From Texas A&M, that guy, he looks legit. But dang, it's gonna be interesting, man. See what we do. But I would be pumped up if that happened. I'm just gonna say I would be pumped up knowing that you're gonna get a freaking Pro Bowler for the next year, guaranteed Pro Bowler for the next 10 years. That I'll take that any day of the week, man. I'll take that any day of the week. Have Kittle here 4 or 5 years left, then this guy for the next 10 years. Ooh, I'll take that, baby. Kobe. All right, man. I'm out. Let me know what you guys think. Don't go too hard on me. All right, man. Peace.